So here we have the MSK kiosk. As you can see on our left side, we have one that it has an idle screen. We have the capability of a header and a footer. You can put any message there, show your website, phone number, whatnot. Idle screen, click on it and it goes away. Here you have an example of how you can have multiple categories versus having a couple. On this machine on the right, we got 4 machines plugged in. It gives you the status here. On the left side, we got 2. And just for the example, I disconnected one so you can see how I graded out. The main screen is customizable. You can put your logo on there and change your colors. We're gonna go into some items. Here we got electronics. On the right side we got food. See a little message here. It shows you our product specs. In this case we just got images. You can have actual specs at the bottom. You can have a message or a text explaining what the item is. You can see we can have, or just another image, and putting a description of the item basically. The apple, see how clear the image is. It's going to depend on the quality that you use, obviously. Some examples. Once you click on the image, you can add to the cart, pay now, or just go back. We're just gonna add it for the example. You do have the capability of adding multiple items to your cart and then in one transaction. And we'll give you that example in a little bit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and select pair and something else from another. So I'll select this real quick. Go ahead and order. Here you have the capability of, if you want a receipt, you can type in your email. In this case, I'm going to type in my email. And you have your payment options. For this unit, we have multiple: cash, bill, coins, and credit card. On the right side, you have your card, just in case you want to double check. And at this point, we set the card, which I'm going to do right now. So here you can see how it's dispensing one item first from dispenser number 2, and then it's going to a different dispenser and picking up the item from dispenser number 1. Once the products have been detected by the sensors, it will go ahead and give you the check mark and go back to regular sales mode. Each machine comes with an inventory control, which is password protected, as you can see on the right side. And here is where basically we can upload idle screen, check our inventory, and set our power levels. So here's where we have what we call the mapping of the machine. As you can see on the left side, you can set your inventories, set your numbers for inventory. And on the right side, the grayed out portion of it is your power level. So for instance, in this channel we can only fit 5, we'll set it at 5. This one we can set 8, and just as an example we can set 1. Here we can do 10, and here we're gonna do just 6. Just different numbers to get the idea. The beauty of it is when you load your machine, you don't have to go one at a time. Like if you had to load this channel only, you can just do that if you want to, you know, because you didn't fill out the entire machine. But let's say you filled out your entire machine and you already had all your part levels filled with the numbers that you can fit on that channel. All you have to do is click this button over here, assign stock to channels. So you're going to see when I click on it how this number is going to match this number. So I'll go ahead and click it. It's going to set your part levels all at once in one click. You do not have to go one by one once you fill the entire machine. And obviously if you need adjustment in some of them, you can always go back and do so. This gets reported to the cloud, and I will show you that in a minute. So you have multiple dispensers here. Here you have the option to have unlimited stock. -1 means basically it's just working as a regular vending machine. It will just vend the item. It will also be reported to the back end, and once the sensor detects there's nothing there on the elevator, it will send that aisle out of order. But again, you can have it so it's just working as a regular vending machine without keeping control of exactly what you have in the machine. Alright. Every time that you click on any item, you can go ahead and switch it out. You can go here and just type in a different item, Coke, just for instance, and you can go ahead and pick from the options. It will always show you the image here, so you can save it. See, that's how easy you can change the item. I think we here have wipes or something. There you go. These are the wipes that were there before. You can just go back anytime. You have some other options when you're selling food, like for instance here. You have a timer for expiration on the temperature. This is an optional item that you can pick. It will require some setup, but you can basically go ahead and control your temperature when you're selling food. In some locations and most locations when you're selling food, they require some sort of control for your food. In this case, we call it a healthy timer. And you also have an option for date. You can set expiration dates on this machine. Here you have a little bit of a report, last sales that you've done. Per day you can select dates, and on here you have is where you select the idle screen. You can upload new ones. You can put them in with a thumb drive if you want. Just click on new and you have up to 4 units. Here it's going to ask you to select it. You can plug in your thumb drive and go ahead and pick your thumb drive from the options and do the upload. How many seconds you want to video and in what order you want to do it. First, second, third, in the case you have multiple. Okay, so I just want to show you a little bit of the cloud now, and I'm going to bring this now. I'll try to put it on the left side. So on here on our cloud, this is how, when you log in, it's the first thing you see. You see the actual machine right now. I'm just going to maximize it right now. You see your machine. You have options to see your sales live. This is the ones that we just did recently. You have your sales. Here you have your product list. On here you can just do any items, and within here you can also upload your picture for that item. You can see the cloud. All this is it's sent to the machine. That way you can pick from those items. So on here, I wanted to show you the stock that we have on the machine. So the ones that we just changed. Let's say the bag, and see, you're gonna try to look for that item. Kitchen bag. 5, 5, 5. It's done pretty quick as far as like timing. It reports fairly fast. I'll say no more than a minute or two. You can see the date when it was last updated. And it shows you the real inventory that you have here. What was another item that we did? What was the name of this one? Office. Let's type in office. You see, we did 8. Here you can change it to if you click on the top. With 8, desired stock, and we updated it to 8. And here you can see the numbers, stock available, and then your totals. This will be the part level. That way you know if you sold 4, here it's gonna say 4, and here's your reference. That means you need to bring 4 in order to fill that aisle completely. You have some other options, some of them that are important, like some alerts. A lot of people ask for alerts. It sends it to an email, connectivity events, technical events, critical events, product events, and money payment stuff. So those are some alerts that might be used for some clients. We have our dashboards where you can see card payments, cash if you have. In this machine we don't have cash, but it will show if you had any cash here. See amount in cash, card sales. This is downloadable. You can see here you can download a PNG, JPEG, PDF, SVG as well, vector. If you go to your cells as well, you can do download your cells. You're gonna click CSV, and it's gonna show. Obviously, this will be converted once you in your table. But you also do have the option for Excel. Here you can see the type of cells that you have. If you had cancel sales, you can just click all. If you had an error, it will show you an error. It will report that as well. You can pick if you had multiple machines. You can select your dates in which you want to see sales. You go back a little bit. So you will have see here a little bit of when you get an error reported. And then let me show you a little bit more there so you can see the detail of that error. It says there was an error and it had a refund. So there was no, for some reason there was an error with Mrs. Spence and it gave him a refund. It gives you that type of information. That way you know if actually somebody complained saying that they didn't get their refund, then it's shown here that it did. You have an option also for having employees. If you want to have multiple employees with different logins into the actual kiosk, you can give them their own password. For mine, I'll just have it as default. And you can manage that. That way you know who went in and who didn't. And you have your prices. Here you have items where all your pricing. The date that you can start it. And here you have your menus. You can create your menus within, let's say, drinks, snacks, pharmacy. So you just go to any menu. Once you create your product list, basically you come here and then just add it to your menu or your category, and once you do upload it into your category, and it will show into your kiosk. These are where you have, you see the snacks, the drinks, pharmacy, convenience. You can have combos as well, so you can see there's two pictures in there. This is a combo item. You got specials, all your snacks, pharmacy, and yes, that will be your MSK.